And we're live. Hey everyone, it's
Hey
Alex.
everyone.
Here we go. Hey everyone, it's Alex and Darren from Doctor Who Worlds Apart. And we were meant to have a scheduled Discord stages today, but due to the fact that there is so much to report, we thought, we have to do this on a YouTube stream. Also, you need to oil your chair there, Darren. It's well squeaky.
It is very squeaky, yeah.
Ridiculously squeaky.
It is
So,
very.
yeah, so the last time we did one of these was 2 weeks ago or so when we did the game on there. I think Darren and I had a game. I just want to throw back in there because I'm a bad winner and I beat him, even though he can see my cards. So yeah, that's lovely. Um,
Mhm.
what we are going to do is we're just going to go kind of straight into this. We're not going to play any games today. I'm not looking at the camera, Mike. So I'm looking at the. I've got my laptop and my screen here. I will be looking at the screen afterwards, but yeah. So well, we won't be playing today. We won't be playing against anyone. We won't be playing against. We're just going to go through the latest updates, things that you're going to need to do, and they're quite important. So make sure you do listen to them. And also, we'll try and put this through to the community. We're going to send out emails and everything afterwards, so people are fully aware. Um, so yeah, I mean, should we just jump straight into this?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I mean, we got a document, so unfortunately, there's quite a lot of information, so it may sound like we are reading from a script, which we actually are today. We're going to try and get as much information across to you as possible, and obviously we want to read it so that it's accurate. And you will be receiving this via emails. There'll be the FQAs will be updated. We'll put out contacts over the Discord, Facebook, and all other sort of socials. So straight into this. So this is about the 0.10 and also about the TLV cards. So yeah, let's go straight onto that. So Time Lord Victorious Evolution is about to begin. This is your last chance to buy the legacy cards. So before they evolve on the 21st of February at 5 p.m. UTC, which I believe is the same as GMT,
Mhm.
we will be undertaking a snapshot of all holder cards collections. So on this date, for every legacy TLV in your collection, you'll receive a free playable TLV equivalent card with the same serial number, but with the visually enhanced card and frame artwork, and it's playable. That's the most important part about it. It's playable in 0.10. Across
Awesome.
to you.
So basically, airdropping of the new playable cards will take place between Wednesday, the 22nd of February, and Thursday, the 23rd of February. So from Thursday, the 23rd of February, these new playable TLV cards will unlock the playable equivalent in the Doctor Who Worlds Apart game. You can buy legacy TLV card packs from the store now, or buy individual cards from the marketplace before the sale ends on the 21st of February at 3 p.m. UTC. Like Alex said, UTC, I believe it's the same as GMT. For more information about the TLV card evolution, there's articles and stuff that are coming out, stuff in the Discord. The FAQ is also being updated.
Yep.
I believe that was updated today, wasn't it?
Yep, we'll be running through that now anyway, because there are a lot of
Yeah.
FAQs to run through. There's a lot of questions in the community, but before we go to questions on the actual stream, we're going to address this first, and then we'll look at the questions after. Otherwise, we'll be kind of back and forwarding quite a lot. Just to highlight of that point, there's important dates to remember here. So Tuesday, the 21st of February, 3 p.m. UTC. You must open your packs before this to receive the new card and the legacy. If you open it after this, you'll only receive the new card and you won't receive the legacy card. So then Tuesday, 21st of February at 5 p.m. So this gives a 2-hour window. So yeah, try not to open your cards after 3 p.m. At 5 p.m., the snapshot will be taken, and this is the information that will be used to send across your new cards and to for you to have the legacy card as well. Wednesday, the 22nd, is the aimed release of 0.10. So from this point is when you'll be able to play your new cards. 22nd to the 23rd will be the time that the airdrop will be going in. So as again, 0.10 will come up, and as soon as your airdrop happens, you'll be able to play from that point. So we'll then. So what do you want? Okay, good stuff. What we then do is as we said, we're going to go through the kind of FAQs because there are a lot of questions and a lot of things to cover. So we'll start going through them. So let me just scroll down a little bit from my document. So the Time Lord Victorious pack updates. When the new playable Time Lord Victorious packs go on sale, what will happen to my unopened legacy Time Lord Victorious packs? Over to you.
Okay, so this one, after the 21st of February, any unopened legacy TLV packs will automatically be updated with the new playable TLV packs. After this date, opening TLV packs will contain and generate new playable TLV cards. So, Alex, did you want to expand on that at all, or did you want me to?
Yeah, no, just to highlight, if you open after the date, you'll only receive the new card. Right? That's as simple as it is. So you have up until this point to open and receive the legacy and the new card.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one. What is the last date for opening unopened packs to receive Legacy Time Lord Victorious cards?
Yep. We recommend that you open all of your existing legacy TLV packs as soon as possible, but the cutoff point and we'll start the exchange process will be on the 21st of February. On the FAQ, it actually says 5 p.m., but I definitely think 3 p.m. is more realistic because of the fact that snapshot will be taken at 5 p.m. So you're going to want it done by 3 p.m. for sure.
Yeah, give yourself a couple of hours just to make sure that it's all done and dusted.
Then we move on to the TLV card updates. Would I still receive 3 playable Time Lord Victorious cards if my legacy Time Lord Victorious card is on sale on another platform, for example, OpenSea?
Yeah. So legacy TLV cards will only be included in the snapshot if they reside in your Doctor Who Worlds Apart collection in your account. If your cards reside in another wallet or a third-party platform, you will need to transfer them back to your collection on our DWWA platform by 5 p.m. or 3 p.m. to be sure, the 21st of February. So just transitioning on to the next one. When the playable Time Lord Victorious packs go on sale, what will happen if my TLV card is for sale on the Doctor Who Worlds Apart marketplace? Over to you, Alex.
So no change will be made to your legacy TLV cards, and the marketplace listing will not be impacted. So what I take from this is that your legacy card will stay in the marketplace, and then the new card will be put into your wallet. So then if you want to sell that, you're going to need to put that into the marketplace as well.
Mm-hmm.
When did the snapshot take place?
So that, again, we're just reiterating this many times so that it sinks in, because it is very important. And the snapshot of the TLV ownership will take place on the 21st of February at 5 p.m. UTC. So again, if you get it done by 3 o'clock UTC on the 21st, you're sure to have it all sewn up, tied up, done exactly how it needs to be before the actual exchange happens and the snapshot's taken.
Yeah, definitely.
So moving swiftly to this one here. So when will the new TLV cards be airdropped to existing holders of the Legacy Time Lord Victorious cards?
Yep. So the new playable TLV cards will be automatically airdropped to holders of the Legacy TLV cards on the. So that will start on the 22nd of February and it will end by the 23rd of February. All holders will be informed via email. So yeah, it will take quite a while because there are like tens of thousands of cards, so they need to be done, and it will take just a few days to do that. Again, you'll receive a clarification email just to say it's happened, and so I have the legacy TLV cards. How will I receive my equivalent playable TLV card?
Okay, so for every legacy TLV card in your collection on the 21st of February, you'll receive an airdropped playable TLV card equivalent. So obviously that's the new remastered cards. We are going over stuff multiple times because we really need people to understand the dates. That's all it is.
Well, we need, especially I know that there are a few members out there, and I know if any of you are listening, Ian, any of the mods, I know that there are certain um, members of the community who were planning to do like pack opening videos, and they were saving their packs. So
Yeah.
at the moment, the idea of selling unopened packs isn't something really like that's going to happen in the near future, but in the long term, it may happen. But if it does happen, you won't get the legacy cards. So you're kind of in the best situation to open things now because you'll receive double the cards. So yeah.
So just on the end of that, the airdrop's estimated to take place, like we said before, between the 22nd and the 23rd of February. So the day after the snapshot is taken. What is the difference between the legacy TLV cards and the playable TLV cards?
So at the moment with the legacy TLV cards, they will be seen in your collection and they can be traded on the marketplace, but you won't be able to play with them. So at the moment, there's no plans for the foreseeable future to do anything with them at the moment. No, there was talk about having legacy versions of the game, but at the moment it's not a big kind of priority with the dev. They are kind of tied up with trying to get the game released. There's a possibility in future that there will be um, benefits of owning the legacy cards, but that'll be something for the future. With the playable TLV cards, you can also be seen in your collection, can be traded in the marketplace, while also giving you the ability to unlock playable cards for use in the game. So, yeah, and also as I say, with these ones you'll have the new artwork and the new frames, which we've seen lots of these, and some of the new artwork is absolutely amazing. It's almost a shame. It's a shame that you just kind of like when you see on the card it's so small because we've seen big like 4,600 pixel by 4,600 pixel images, and some of the artwork is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I've got to agree there. It's like some of the cards we saw when we were sent over the drafts actually in the frames, and we were like, "Oh, the art's absolutely amazing." And then when we were sent the art assets for sharing to social media, which are unwatermarked and not in frames, when you can see the full picture, it really sort of gives you an idea of how good the art actually is. You get a snippet, a little central piece of the art like that when you look at a card, but they are 4,000 pixels by 4,000 pixel squares like this, and they look amazing.
Real high res, yeah.
Yeah,
I keep mentioning the vampire vampire slave, and I have to correct myself because I kept saying that he had like a body next to him. He's actually mining gold, and he's got like a tube in his neck. Where he's like mining gold, and he's getting kind of paid in blood, or you know. But the artwork is really nice, and it's a shame that you miss that. Even one of the favorite cards is like dinner is served as well, and it's kind of like really cropped in. Yeah. So the next thing here is what are the new features of the playable TLV cards?
Quite simply, the new TLV cards will allow the holder to unlock a playable version of the card in Doctor Who, Worlds Apart. So basically that means that you'll no longer be using the free placeholder cards. You'll be using the new remastered, released playable versions of the cards that you purchased in your packs. And so moving on to the next one, when will my new TLV cards be playable in-game?
Okay. So the new cards will be ready to unlock in the game in the version of 0.10 when that's updated, which is estimated to be the 22nd of February. With all this stuff going on, again, it may, even though the game is updated on the 22nd of February, you may be unfortunate where you get the airdrop a bit later on. So a more conservative guess would be the 23rd, maybe 24th.
But say, yeah, if we're mindful of the dates that the actual exchange is happening, we're taking the snapshot obviously on the 21st, and the exchange is taking place over the 22nd and 23rd. So
Yep.
obviously your playable TLV cards will be ready to unlock in the game if you're airdropped on the 22nd. If you're airdropped on the 23rd, then obviously they'll be playable once you receive them.
Yeah, it's totally random as well. It's the same
Yeah.
kind of thing when we get the Fat Viking, Fat Fingers, and some people will receive it nearly a day before others. It's just the amount of time it can take to work through the list.
Just a quick one, Alex, on a segue. Martin's just said, which is actually a very good question. Will holders be able to access the card artwork as they used to be? Now, I know this isn't on our script. If you mean the full artwork that is outside of the frame, we can share that. We can share that in Discord to the holders.
I think originally it was on like the wiki, and I know that there are plans. I will kind of get onto this a bit later on because this is another project as well. But there are plans to kind of revamp the wiki and the kind of how-to guides, and
just freshen everything up a bit.
They're probably, in all fairness, because of the size of them, I'm assuming they're going to need to be kind of toned down quite a lot because the images are like, I think about 20 meg each or so. So they may need to be kind of toned down for website, obviously. But yeah, there's something we'll look into. I can ask the development team. I can put on my notepad, and I'll make a note and I'll ask them tomorrow. And I'll find out. And now you've thrown off the whole process of let's do the questions at the end.
It's all good. It's all good.
Where were we now?
We are at will the new playable TLV cards.
Okay, yep. So will the new playable TLV cards have new frames, or will they have the old frames?
While the themes of the frames will remain the same, the frames have received a visual remaster as well to reflect the visual quality of the new card art. So you will not be left with a brand new remastered card in a draft basic frame. The frames have all been updated as well, and they will come with the new frames.
There was also an element of the way that the old frames were done. You couldn't use them right in the actual game because when you assign the cards and the frames to the game, they need to have the same number of sprites for each version, and that wasn't the case. So that then when you would see like a stack of cards or a fan of cards or whatever you call it, it just would look ridiculous with the other frames, and they had to work out a way as well where that would look good on screen as and be playable. So that was one of the ways as well. And also, again, because of the old art was good at the time, but things move on, and the artwork now is considerably better. I know that's subjective, but I think it's considerably better, and the frames are improved to reflect that as well. You can't. It just wouldn't work to have them together.
I think it's little things like the little details of the frames as well. Like if you notice the way that the cards fan out in the game, they overlap from right to left. So having the detail on the frames on the left-hand side wouldn't make any sense because it would cover the cards prior. So having the detail of the frames on the left allows them all to be fanned together, and you can still see the face of each individual card. The only full-size frame you'll see is the top card. So it's little things like that they've thought about that have sort of gone into the design process that have really made this new artwork stand out, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry about my squeaky chair.
You need to get some WD-40 or 3-in-1 oil.
Chair. I need to burn it. Will there be any changes to the card abilities of the new playable TLV cards in the game versus the abilities of the legacy TLV cards?
Yep. So some small changes to the abilities have been made on the certain cards, but only to enhance the gameplay and if necessary. All of the TLV cards have been carefully reviewed and balanced to ensure the Doctor Who Worlds Apart gameplay is not impacted and only enhanced. So this is something, again, the main word in there is kind of balance. This was something to make sure that you could play the game and it was fair. So if you are fortunate enough to have a founder's token and you're fortunate enough to have a PC, sorry, Ian, because there wasn't a Mac version for the PTR, but you would actually see some of the cards for the kind of first batch. They were rebalanced. So you would see a card. For example, one of the ones I do remember being, I think, 2 cost was the human replacement, and he was one of my. I quite like that card. It was cheap, and he
Yeah.
saved my bacon quite a lot of times, and they then put it up to 3, and yeah, and then there was also one where I think it was Moonbase actually generated Cybermen, and it would only affect your team, I believe. And then they balanced that as well, which made that not so much of a good card as it was originally. But yeah, it's all about balancing the game, moving on to make it a more competitive game as well. So, how do I use my new playable TLV cards in the Doctor Who Worlds Apart game?
So basically, if you've bought TLV packs and you own new playable TLV cards, you can find the playable TLV cards in your deck builder. From the 23rd of February, you can update your favorite deck with the new cards and take them out into battle immediately. Obviously, that's as long as you've got your drop, you'll see them in your collection. You'll be notified anyway when the drop is happening. So it's basically from the 23rd of February, you'll be able to build a new deck using the cards that you actually physically own to build decks for your battles.
Well, just the TLV ones.
Yeah, just the TLV
And
ones.
the core and the TLV, yeah.
Yeah. So after the airdrop, what will happen to the Legacy Time Lord Victoria cards?
Nada, nothing. There'll be no functional changes to the Legacy TLV cards with this update. Legacy cards will still be available in your collection and tradable in the marketplace or on a third-party marketplace. So, yeah, with this as well, it gives you the opportunity where, the legacy cards are going to be a collectible, side of things
Mhm.
where, there will be certain players who just want the cards that they play with. There'll be other players who will want to have the ones they want, as a collection. So they want to keep the pairs. They won't want to split them. Some people may want full sets of legacy cards. Some people may just want the full sets of the new cards. That's totally up to you. And if you want to split them, you can sell legacy and keep the new cards, or vice versa. It's totally down to whatever you want to do. So where are we? The playable. So when will the new playable TLV cards be released for sale?
So playable TLV card packs will be available for sale in the store after the site update on the 22nd of February. So once the site update goes live, everything is settled, they will go on sale and you will receive the new art. But because it is after the 21st of February when the snapshot is taken, you will only receive the new cards after that date. So while they'll be on sale on the store after the snapshot, you will only receive the new cards. You won't get the legacy ones also.
That was something, sorry, that was missing from that first paragraph. Actually, was when the store closes, because that was on the original
Yes.
email. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When can I trade playable TLV cards on the marketplace?
So the playable TLV cards will be available for trading on the marketplace after the 23rd of February. So yeah, all around the sort of same time. That's when everything's kind of happening. I received an airdrop playable TLV cards for being a legacy TLV holder. How do I buy more playable TLV cards?
So basically, once the 0.10 game update has taken place on the 22nd of February, there'll be 2 ways that you can obtain the new cards. So number one would be buying the playable TLV packs from the store while supplies last. or jump onto the marketplace to get the specific cards that you want from the TLV pack and buying them on the marketplace rather than taking your chances with packs.
Sometimes actually go to the marketplace and try and clear some
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing today. I was like, it'd be a good time to get on the marketplace soon.
I did actually really. I don't know if you saw my comment on Slack, but I tried and got shut down quite quickly by Morton.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see
it? I think I might need a complete set of TLV cards for the streams. No, we can't do that. You need to buy them.
I said, well, yeah. I was basically like,
the only way you can
if I'm playing the streams and talking about these cards, I need a whole deck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, buy them. I was like, okay.
So,
didn't work at all.
Why do playable TLV cards look different to the equivalent legacy cards?
Yep. So this is down to the community. They wanted enhanced artwork and frames, so we listened. The community also wanted to collectible and playable cards, and again we listened to them. So this is something that's been going on for a while. They wanted, when the game was released, it was released in style in a way, and I think there were, there wasn't as much plan for moving forward. It was kind of like, let's do this, as we're going along. And then when it got to a point, it was a bit like, oh, actually, we need to kind of move back on that and change that. So, with this as well, it's kind of, it's all about making the in-game experience better. Improving it for the players, and also, you can then make it so your card and your frames are visible. The previous cards and frames, the artwork was kind of hard to see sometimes, and the frames would just look bulky and kind of clunky if you actually incorporate them into the game. So this is all to make the playable side of the game better. So and enhance that experience. So can you trade? We've already done this one.
Yeah.
So
can you trade TLV cards? Absolutely.
Yep.
That's it.
So can you bundle legacy and playable Totem Lord Victorious cards and trade them? Yes, as soon as the marketplace opens again and updated, you'll be able to bundle both card versions. And will my TLV cards be playable in the game? Will my legacy TLV cards be playable in the game?
So with that one, there is nothing agreed currently for legacy TLV cards to be playable in the game. That's not to say that it won't change in the future. That's not to say it will.
That's something we kind of it's something kind of mentioned kind of previously. It's something that has been discussed. It was on a stream, I think, back in October, myself and Rob, and there was kind of ideas of having a legacy version of the game to run alongside the the other version of the game. So basically, it's kind of an idea, but it's not a priority at the moment. The priority is to get the main game out there and to get that version of the game as good as it can be before we focus on these kind of side projects. It's not saying nothing, won't happen. It's not saying there won't be rewards for them. At this point in time, it's not a big priority to have that in place. So that's kind of the end of the FAQs. And what was the next thing on the list? So the tokenization again. So just to ram it down your throat, highlight it, go over it again, repeat it 100 times and whatever else. Key dates to remember are the 21st of February, 3 p.m. is the ideal time to have opened your packs before, or to buy to bought things like buy new packs, open them, buy cards off the marketplace if you want to receive the new card and the legacy card. That is the ideal time to have done it by. At 5 p.m. on the 21st of February, the snapshot will be taken. That's when it will be taken. And also, which we didn't mention here, I believe that the marketplace will close at that point as well. So the marketplace will close. Then on the 22nd of February, it's the aimed release for 0.10. when that is released, if you've had your airdrop, you can play with the cards. So the airdrop will happen between the 22nd and the 23rd of February, where you'll get your new versions of the cards. And once you get them, you can play them. You can play them in there. And then shortly after the 23rd, the marketplace will reopen. And you can sell your legacy cards and you can sell your new cards, put them together, split them apart, sell this one, sell that. Whichever way you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to keep them forever, that's up to you. Any way you want to do that. So that's just to highlight it again. Make sure that you're aware of all of that. So, did you want to go through some comments before, and then I can go through the kind of update for the social media side and how to?
Yeah, we're gonna just start with a little bit of hype from our Reality Plus CEO. Whoop whoop! Ready to play with the new
Morton's here.
TLV
Morton's
cards
in
soon.
town.
He is. Here he is. He's over on Facebook watching us.
Awesome.
So we've got a UAP here. So there's all the cards that are in the marketplace for sale need to be taken down before this to be a part of it.
No.
Now, I think we covered it. If they're on the marketplace, you will receive your new card, but if it's a legacy card on the marketplace, it will stay as is. The question might need to be asked that if you have a TLV card on the marketplace and it's for sale, will it switch? Because you still own it.
If you have a TLV card in the marketplace, that will be the legacy version. Will stay in the marketplace. And then your
new one,
regular one, will go to your deck, and you'll need to relist the new one. This is only the Doctor Who Worlds Apart marketplace, no external marketplace. Obviously, if it's an external marketplace like OpenSea or anywhere like that, you will not get your new card. You need to have it within your Doctor Who ecosystem to be able to pick up that card.
Yeah. There we go. So we have Martin's question we have addressed.
UAP Global is actually is it Hardstyle? No,
I think
who it is. It's one of the guys, isn't it? I got told last week. I can't remember.
It is. This might be a bit of a tricky one. If I have 4 same TLV cards, say Hond Swarm, and I build decks with them, can I use my same 4 cards I own to do more than one deck with 4 of them inside, or would I need them more of them to do this? Now, I think I discussed this with someone. I think you can make 3 different decks using the same cards because obviously you cannot use them simultaneously.
Yeah.
So it's not like you would be using multiple copies of a card that you only own one of. So if you own one Hond Swarm, I think you can.
I think he's asking where, for example, you can pack up 4 Hond Swarms. You need 4 You need 4 of them to be able to have 4. I think that's what he's asking.
Yeah, I think he's saying to build decks with them. Can I use my same 4 cards I own? So I think if building decks, if you mean building separate decks, I think you will be able to. I discussed it briefly with someone this week that if you own, say, 4 Hond Swarm cards and you create deck A, Swarm deck, and you put all 4 Hond cards in that, once that deck is saved, you can come out and create a new deck with those same cards because you won't be using them simultaneously. It's not like you're double barreling them. So that will happen. I think I'm not sure on the context of the one Morton had put there. It'll happen. Where is it? Just saying, maybe Morton can shed some light on it. It will happen in the future, but not for these packs. That's a little bit of a mystery one for you. Where are we now? My chair does indeed need oil.
When you have the cards,
sorry, mate. So, there you go.
When you have the cards in your collection, you can list it on the marketplace. Yeah. Algorithm decides. Yeah. So he's because we were talking about when it comes into your pack. He's saying the algorithm decides. Yes, it was for separate decks. That's fine. Yeah, separate decks, you can build a deck. It don't matter. Yeah, that don't matter. Doctor Who Worlds Apart. Will the game have a single player mode, possibly story mode similar to Gwen? We're not allowed to discuss that kind of side of things, but the kind of single player mode, I think the kind of we were discussing an AI side of things, and the actual community weren't very happy about that kind of side of things.
No.
Our Morton's actually spilt the beans. I thought we weren't allowed to mention that, but yeah, he says we have an adventure
Morton,
mode
no.
also planned. Morton can mention it because he obviously who's going to tell him off? But
I
we've
mean,
been
who's
told
going to
not to
tell
talk
Morton
about
not
that.
to say anything?
I've been told not to. I mean, I literally was told this is something that's coming. Do not bring it up.
It's super secret. Do not breathe a word of it to anyone outside of staff.
But that Viking done it. That Viking done it. So who's going to tell him off?
It's documented now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think the AI side of it, I think the
Hello from
community didn't
Japan.
like the idea of too much of fighting against a AI or a computer player or a PC, a single player mode, because they want
Okay.
it to be competitive and more social, where you're basically playing against other people all the time. Now, the other thing that was discussed was maybe going down with the community was going down the tutorial route with an AI, so
Yeah.
you could play practice matches to get to learn the cards and get to learn the mechanics and play against, say, a quite basic AI component, just to get to know your cards and what their skills do and stuff like that,
Opponent.
as like a training,
Yeah.
and then you would head into the PvP side of it. I
Yeah.
think I think part of me agrees with the tutorial idea. I do think it would be fun to
I think
have
I think it works with the tutorial
that.
side, but I just
Yeah.
think that with the way that this game has been kind of made and been developed along the way, I think
Yeah.
people want to play people,
Hmm.
and and also to get a really really good AI is really hard,
Yeah.
really hard. Otherwise, you're just going to get like, do you know when you used to try and play chess against a computer mode? It used
Oh
to just
yeah.
destroy you every single time. There's just nothing you can
Absolutely.
do about it because it just knows what's coming. This actually is a really quite important one. So we mentioned about at this point in time, you have to open your packs. Otherwise, you have to open them so that you receive the legacy and the new version of the card. According to this, you'll be able to sell the tokenized packs in future. So with other packs, it may be the case that you can keep them closed and then sell them on. Yeah, more is allowed.
Showing its dominance.
Yeah. Don, you might want to rewind it, buddy, and start from the beginning. Uh, there you go. So, yeah, so thanks for the questions, guys. What we're going to do is just move on to something as well, which we obviously we have a new marketing lead, head of marketing, and there's a lot of new plans sort of coming in place. We've had access to kind of a few more elements of social media, which we kind of lost for a little while, and we are kind of we're putting together a structure of how we're going to be approaching all the different social medias. One of the ideas is going to be that these YouTube streams are going to be kind of dedicated to delivering the information. Um, both myself and Darren are not very good at playing the game and trying to give information at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're very good at playing the game a lot of the time, but trying to
I mean, you
focus
could
on the
you
game, read
about
comments,
to say
and so
you
it
could
can
have
be quite
stopped at we're
difficult.
not very good at playing the game, and it would have been a perfectly concise
Oh, it was
sentence.
legitimate. Yeah. Well, I got really good until the TLV cards came. With the
Yeah.
core cards, I got really good. Arguably, I mean, I beat a few high-level players, and I was really, really impressed by it. And then the PTR, I started going on the PTR, and it was a whole different ball game. And it's really hard to kind of get
Yeah.
used to.
These
But so what
these
we are
TLV
going
cards are
to,
really gonna change things.
yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll be doing. The YouTube will be the same, so it'll be to deliver the information, the updates, answer the questions. We will be moving the Discord stages to Twitter Spaces, just for more kind of views, because it's more accessible. Um, if there is something like today where there's a lot to share, we will move it to YouTube. I just think the YouTube side is a lot better when there's like a visual side to it.
I think it's a
I
little
know
bit more personal as
we're
well.
not showing any new cards or any new things here, but I just quite like that kind of layout. But then also what we're going to do is we're going to go into Twitch, and we're going to try and play a few days a week where we have half hour or an hour here and there where myself or Darren will be playing, talking through the game, and we'll do that a couple of times a week, every week. So that'll be kind of getting eyes on the game, talking about what we're doing as we're doing it, and just kind of like trying to help the new players, how to get used to it, and hopefully we'll get good enough so we can give some tips to the older players. But I don't think that would be the case. Being able to list and sell tokenized packs will come in the future. Not able to do it at the moment, so people need to open their existing legacy packs in order to get the new playable cards. As from Fat Viking, great stream, guys. Thank you, Morn. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Probably problem with Twitter Spaces are PC people cannot interact on those questions.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the only
okay.
downside.
We
Um,
we
Spaces is mobile only.
yeah. The issue is with Discord stages is it's quite limited, and yeah, so it's quite tough. Just going to move on to the next part of this because I'm mindful of the time. So the next part as well is this is a bit overdue, but we've been waiting for a kind of solid version of the game to be able to do this. Otherwise, we'd have to redo it, and you don't want to do that. We're going to make a series of how-to guides. The plan is that they're going to be just like 2-minute videos, or depending on the topic, could be 2 minutes to 5 minutes. And I've got a list at the moment of 17 how-tos. I would like kind of feedback from the community. I'll post these in Discord. I'd like feedback from the community to say what you would like to see, how you think that new players, the things that they would need to see, when they get onto Discord, when they're going to play the game, what they need to have to be able to get involved in the game. So from the beginning, this is my kind of list of these. So the first one would be to build a basic deck, or to use the starter deck. So that's the first thing. You have to assign that. Next one would be a short video on what is Mulligan. Next one is the board explained. Then phases and how to know what you can play, card positions explained. Artron, how to win. Different card abilities such as rush, and different card types. So that would be the creatures, devices, worlds, that kind of thing. Take a look into the marketplace. What is a founder's token? What is the public test realm? Advanced deck building with guests. So this one would be one where we bring on some of maybe the tournament leads, bring them on and say, how do you go about building your deck? What do you put in your deck? Or try and get someone who's Dalek heavy, someone who's vampire heavy, someone who's, that kind of way, so we can mix up a little bit. Some people are a little bit secretive about their decks, so that'd be
Some
interesting to
people
see
don't
if
like
some.
letting it go.
Yeah. I got help from one of the players. He helped me a lot, but he just said, just don't tell people who I am. Just don't tell people who's helping you. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Public test room, advanced deck building with desk. The guests. That's an ongoing one as well, so we can keep on putting those out to kind of help people with that. So the different frames that are available, the different packs that are available, best card combos and tips. For example, the one that comes straight to mind is the vampire card and the judgment stone, which is one of my favorite combos. Just creates a 7/7 for really cheap. And then you've got the best value cards, the ones that are cheap but save your bacon very often. Then you've got the top 5 powerful cards. Just these are like ideas of kind of content that we'd like to put out. And then obviously this is 17 videos. This will be spaced out over the next maybe 6 months. But we would like ideas for what you guys think would be ideas for videos. For again, this is for new members and existing members. So which ones? There will be something for everybody. Hopefully. Where are we? Prepare to, be prepared for my raids on Twitch. Yeah. Greg McKenzie's looking forward to it. Adventure mode sounds fantastic. Can't wait.
Adventure mode? Wait, no, there's no.
No, he did say it. He said adventure
That's
mode.
all right. It's all right. Morton said it.
Yeah, it's a little like if we get into the office tomorrow and Tom says, "What's this going on about?" You mentioned adventure mode. We could go, well, actually, at 36 minutes and 12 seconds. Yeah. I literally have in my notebook, right? If I go back, right, there's a thing which is lists of all this stuff that I can't share. And it just says, do not share, do not share, do not share. And that is one of them. It says, blah, 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 blah. Do not share. Yeah. Anyway, your pillow is annoying. Well, this one. I'm going to put, do you want me to put another one next to it? Like, should I do that? I have to put them up there. Otherwise, my dog chews them or does something more sinister to them, which I'm not going to discuss on this stream. But yeah. All right. So that's kind of all the content we wanted to put out here. We don't want to go on too long. I know I can ramble. And I think that's a good sort of time to show there's a lot of information to digest. You will be receiving emails. You'll be receiving things on Discord, on Twitter, on Facebook, and we'll be putting things up everywhere so that you'll be able to make sure you see these dates. People who haven't seen the stream will be able to be aware of these dates. If you do talk to anyone in the community, just let them know, how important these dates are, just so that they're aware, because we don't want people to miss out on the opportunity of getting these legacy cards, especially if they've had these packs for a long time. Also, people who are like, received, Fat Fingers, Fat Viking Fat Fingers, so you received the packs along the way on the airdrops, and you're thinking about holding off to open them. Make sure you open them for sure.
Yeah.
The TLV ones especially. So that's everything I have to say. Anything you got left, Darren?
I would just say, like we were saying earlier on about the unopened packs, definitely get them undone. I know a lot of people, well, it's not a lot of people, but a few people were saving them to do like pack opening videos, like we said earlier on. If you open them after the snapshot, you're only going to get the new cards. So it is important that you open them on the 21st.
It's not just you, Martin. The other CEO, Tony, he wants us to instruct him how to play as well. Also, I tried to play with Tom that sounded really wrong. I tried to play the game with Tom when he started, and I was trying to explain it. And again, I'm not the best person at explaining things at times, because I get quite frustrated about it. And I probably weren't the best person to try and teach him how to play. That being said, I remember I played a game with Don, who's actually in the chat at the moment, and Don, he actually helped me quite a bit to be able to play in the initial days. And also, a lot of the mods are great at playing. Ian, we are bitter rivals at this game, and we have he hasn't been able to play PTR, and we're on like, I think we played about 10 games or whatever it has been, 8 games or so, and I beat him one series, he beat me one series, so we need to settle this score. And he's come a long way. He did quite well in the tournament, didn't he? But definitely, if you need to play a game, that's one of the things as well, which I'm definitely going to point out, is within Discord there is a play a game mode. Like, you're looking for a game, use that if you want a game. What's Don saying?
Just as rehearsed, well done, Alex. Your script
well. Thank you. I'm expecting that payment to come through.
That sponsorship payment.
Yeah. So yeah, you can't. And Venus is that I can't wait for the 300 emails when the snapshot happens. Unfortunately, that's probably what it's going to be. Is you get one per certificate. Unfortunately, it's likely to happen, I think. And someone
Yeah.
like Ian who has 1,000.
I
Yeah.
think it might be worth discussing whether or not to actually turn off the notification system while the pack swaps are being done, and then
It
turn it
might
back on
even
afterwards,
be.
just to tell them that they've been dropped, because otherwise some people are going to receive thousands of emails.
Well, it might even be worth it if you on like Outlook, you can assign it to a folder.
Mhm.
That might be what to do, is to assign it to a folder. Otherwise, maybe we'll have to double check with Dev if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because if that's going to happen, I think people need to be aware. We'll look into that, and we'll find something tomorrow. Or the day
Mhm.
after we put it on Discord. If that's going to happen, then you're going to receive an email per new certificate. Then yeah, that's going to be a lot of emails. So we need to work that out for you guys.
In advance, we're sorry.
Yeah. You're getting technically free cards out of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're sorry, but not sorry. Emails. All right, we'll end it there. And Vita's just opened about yeah. Vita's just opened a map, and I'll let all my emails get all the emails to a folder, like Alex said. Yeah, I mean that's one of the ways. It's to set up a rule to put in a folder, but maybe not everyone will be aware of that. Alex says, just let me know if I can switch on the Mac again so Ian can play. And you owe me a beer now. Yeah,
I love how
I've
it's
been
just a
getting.
switch
Yeah,
to turn off Mac support in Morton's office. He's like looking at the Discord, watching Ian go crazy, and he's just flicking the switch like on.
yeah. Ian's literally. Yeah, I feel really sorry for Ian a little bit because he has been waiting for that PTR to come through.
I do feel a bit bad that it's not officially supported, but I've been playing it on Steam Deck, and poor Ian can't actually play it.
Yeah, but then
I do feel
if
a
you've
bit
been playing
bad.
on, isn't Steam Deck like Linux based?
It is Linux based, but it runs through Wine, which is technically like a Windows.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say because
Like,
Don has been rabbiting on about having a
yeah,
Linux version. Okay.
it works. It works really well. It does.
All right. We'll end it there anyway because we're going to go on to like nearly an hour. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll try and get the timestamps out there. We'll try and put that in the comments. Let anyone know that this is quite important one to watch. And we thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Take care. Have a good evening. And if you have any questions, put it out with Discord, or you can get in touch with me. alex.thomas@realityplus.com. So yeah, thanks. Take care.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you
Definitely
soon.
oil that chair.